Hey guys, what's up? Let me fix this a little bit. My name's Art, and I'm here to do a decent video. In terms with my promise or resolution, I said I was going to read one graphic novel a week. So this week I read one. Because of my schedule was kind of hectic this week, I needed something that was kind of light and kind of short. So I chose SpiderWoman. Now, as you can see, this is how thin it was. It collects issues Spider-Woman 1 through 4 and Marvel Spotlight number 3. Now, what happened was years ago, Spider-Man at its height of his popularity in the 70s, early 80s, 1971 actually, the year I was born, they created Spider-Woman to capitalize on Spider-Man. But instead of having them tied together, they basically created a different character who had Spider-Man style powers, but different abilities. And for years they told her story, then changed it a bit, then retold it again, and in the Marvel Spotlight number 3, she was working with this group called Hydra. No, it wasn't number 3. It's probably number 32. Wow, I can't read today. And this is the cover of it. Okay. That's when she was first introduced as a spy. And what happened was she always kept the idea of a spy, but then after all, she worked with the Avengers for a while, then she dropped out of sight. Then there was this new Spider-Woman that popped up, and she was there for a hot second, then she disappeared. And then all of a sudden she comes back, and then all of a sudden they decide to bring her back again for some strange, because of the Spider-Man Spider-Verse thing that happened like 5-7 years ago. Now what happened is you saw the movie Enter Spider-Verse. This is kind of based off of that to a certain extent. The Spider-Verse was totally different. What happened was Michael Straczynski, the guy who created Babylon 5, was writing Spider-Man for a while, and he basically said that Spider-Man's origin is one thing, but he added something different, that it was a spider totem. That, and like I said, I'm trying to summarize a lot of this because I don't remember a lot. One of the things I didn't like about it, because he changed Spider-Man's origin a little bit. But then again, sometimes little changes give you better stuff later. And so basically, this girl right here, she's Spider-Woman. She's a badass. She's a total badass. But now they don't use her very a lot, so that's fine. And like I said, it was issues 1 through 4. In which they was introduced to another one named this other person named Silk, who is kind of like another tie-in to Spider-Man to a certain extent. She has no tie-in to Spider-Man, but she does. Totally different characters. But anyway, long story short, these group of people called the Inheritors, they basically a bunch of vampiric people who are very powerful, who eats spider powers. So anybody who has Spider-Man style powers, they try to hunt to kill them. And they eat them. Hence the Spider-Verse. But anyway. And then the other one, Marvel Spotlight 32, is basically her own origins as a spy, trying to take out S.H.I.E.L.D., which is fun. All in all, this, because of the fact that I wasn't reading the Spider-Verse stuff, it didn't make sense to me. It was a slightly decent story, but it didn't make sense. So to this. I mean, this book was like, what was it? $16, $15.99, $16. It's a very good, decent read, but in a way, I wish I never bought it. I wish I never bought this, but hey, I bought it. I read it. Didn't really like it. Okay. I'm entitled to not liking something, of course. Not because of the fact I like the idea of Spider. Now, what happened was back in the day, like in '73 or something like that, there was a SpiderWoman cartoon which I saw on Disney Plus recently. And I remember, and the funny thing is, I remember watching it when I was younger. The cartoon wasn't that bad, but it's funny how you look up, when you look at something young, you think this is the awesome thing, but then when you grew up, you start realizing certain things, that certain shows are dated. This is one of those shows that was dated, especially with the kind of writing that they had. It just didn't make sense to a certain extent. Not like a cartoon should make sense. But anyway. And I wasn't satisfied with that. Since I wasn't satisfied with that book, I said, let me pick up another one. And so this is a Spider-Verse Miles Morales, which collects the Ultimate Spider-Man 1 and 2. And issue 5, which is from the Ultimate Storylines, and the Spider-Man 1 and 2, which is when he came to our world. This one's a little bit better. Now, if you saw Into the Spider-Verse, you get introduced to Miles Morales. Yeah, okay, fine. To me, I like this character. There's a YouTuber that I watch sometimes. He does not like this character. He thinks this character is stupid. He doesn't like rip-off characters, as he called it. I call it legacy characters, where, so say for example, when one character spawns off other characters, Batman's an example. First you have Batman, then you have Robin. You assume that Robin will take over the mantle of Batman. But then Robin became Nightwing, then you had another Robin, then you have another Robin. Any one of those guys, anytime could take up the mantle of Batman. To a certain extent, that he kind of liked that. He kind of liked that idea, but not too really. But he didn't like the idea of like Superman, Supergirl. Instead of creating new original characters, they make these characters based off of somebody else, and they had to legitimize them by using something else. Now, what happened was, in the Ultimate Universe, Peter Parker was Spider-Man, and he died. Miles Morales took over. Problem what? Now, the thing is that I remember, was it a long time ago, this guy named Glenn Beck, a very conservative news pundit, I guess you'll call him news pundit. He was complaining about this guy. Oh, they turned Spider-Man black. And people just, yeah, no, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do this. And the funny thing was is that he did it as a, if he actually paid attention to the, some idiot blowing his horn. But anyway, basically what happens in the storyline, Peter Parker dies, and he charges Miles Morales to take up the mantle and keep up being Spider-Man. So, but that was a different universe, totally different universe. And when the Ultimate, and what happens, he became so popular. Miles Morales became so popular. You know, the thing is, he's half black and half Hispanic. Okay, so what? But the thing is that the reason why he's popular, the guy who created it, he wanted, some people call him an SJW, but he wanted something to represent for other people. And I can understand that. I mean, because think about when I was growing up, black superheroes didn't really exist. You might have Blade every now and then, but he was like a, I don't know. He's not the Blade that you see today. And you have Power Man or Luke Cage, which is more, you know, like disco kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, great. But anyway, and the thing is, I enjoyed this because I wish I would have bought these when it first came out. I wish I would have bought these because he's a very he's well liked character. People love this character. You know, this YouTuber don't like him. He thinks he's stupid and all this other stuff. But the thing is that, you know, will he take the place of the actual Spider-Man? The answer is no. No. But the thing is, even Stan Lee, the guy who created Spider-Man, okayed this character. And the thing is, if Stan Lee, the guy who created technically half of Marvel, if he says this character's okay, that's okay in my book. But, you know, and tell you, I still read, I'm starting to read his stories a little bit more now. But like I said, this book right here, it was like, what, $7. I got it as a set for like 10. So this is a good book. It's a good introduction to the character. Very good introduction to the character. So, if you know, if you find it, I will recommend you, if you want, especially want a very fast read. What I mean by fast read, you could read this in a day or two, depending on how you want to do it. But I like this book right here. So, tell you the truth, I don't know which one I'm going to read. I don't know which I'm going to read. This, you know, this is Sunday. I'm off tomorrow, Martin Luther King's birthday. And that's when I'm going to think about what I'm going to read next. Should I read something huge that would take me a week or two? But I said I'm going to try to do it all in 1 week. But anyway, I don't know which one I'm going to do. I might do, should I do a Star Wars one? Because I got a couple Star Wars books. I'm trying to switch to DC for a hot second. I don't know. We'll find out. And with that, I want to thank you guys. If you like the kind of content I do, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. Give me a comment if you like. Subscribe if you want. If you want to share this video, you can share this video. I don't care. you know. And, you know, let's have a discussion. And with that, I'm going to enjoy the rest of my Sunday. I don't know what to do now. I'm sorry. So with that, talk to you guys later.